Hi guys, welcome to Wing Channel. Let's listen a story about your favorite K-drama, Goblin, by TVN, which has been released in 2016. Before getting into the storyline, let's summon our main roles. Kim Sin, or Goblin. General Kim Sin was unbeatable and killed all his enemies to protect his country, but his king accused him for treason and put his life on the line, also killed all his family. Later on, the Almighty make him revive as a goblin who has the power of deity, god of water, fire, air, light, and darkness. He can control the weather and depends on his mood. However, his immortal life is his punishment. Because of that curse, he lost his beloved people many times. He is waiting for his bride for 900 years to take the sword in his chest and put an end on his immortality. Ji Eun-tak, Goblin's bride. A losing soul because when she was still in her mother's womb, her mom got an accident. She was dying, but Goblin saved her life. Eun-tak has an ability to see ghosts and also has birthmark as a Goblin's bride. The Almighty God, the creator of the world and set humans' destiny. He can disguise himself to any kind of forms and look. He involved in every human's life, including goblins. Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper, who has past life as King Wang Yu. He was committed such crime to Goblin, even though his queen is originally Goblin's sister. He has his own story, and the background story of his life could be found in the next video guys, special edition for Grim Reaper. Okay guys, sit back and relax, be ready for the whole story, let's check it out. 9 years old Ji Eun-tak met with Grim Reaper that looking for his mom's soul. Grim Reaper realized that she's the losing soul which supposed to be unborn. The Almighty who disguised himself protect the kid and chase away Grim Reaper. 10 years later, Ji Eun-tak uncoincidentally meet with Goblin. Ji Eun-tak blowing her birthday candle and summon Goblin. They keep argue because Goblin insists that he is summoned by her, but Eun-tak thought he was ghost who suddenly appeared. Goblin usually can see someone's future, but this time he couldn't see Eun-tak's future. Someday, Eun-tak realized that every time she blow up fire, Goblin will appear in front of her immediately. Eun-tak told him that she is the Goblin's bride and showing her birthmark. She has a birthmark, which is actually a self-protection because she is the Goblin's bride. But when Goblin asked for the evidence, asking what she can see through him, he didn't get what he wanted to hear, so he left her. Eun-tak running into him and suddenly following him to Canada. Goblin shocked because she can't follow him. One day, Eun-tak meet with Grim Reaper. She will meet Grim Reaper every time her age has the last number of 9, because that's the destiny for a special case of losing soul like her. Life have to maintain its order and 9 is the closest one to a perfect number, which is 10. Grim Reaper realized that Eun-tak can see him, and this time Goblin lingering around her. Knowing that she is the Goblin's bride, Grim Reaper just let her go. Eun-tak got kidnapped by a gangster who forced her to settle her auntie's debt. During that dangerous situation, Goblin and Grim Reaper coming right on time. Goblin slashed the car and saved Eun-tak. Grim Reaper finished it by modified and get rid of their memories for that incident. Actually, Eun-tak pretending didn't see the sword since the beginning. Then she asks what will happen if she can see it. Do they will getting married soon? Goblin will give her huge amount of money, or Goblin is going to stay by her side and never leave her. Goblin asks her to prove it, prove what she actually can see. Suddenly, Eun-tak pointing to the sword which has been through his body. Then Goblin acknowledges her and they hang out together as their love growing. One day when they are going to favorite restaurant in Canada, Goblin meet the waiter and see through him. He can see Eun-tak's future when she's in her 28 years old, still bright and charming. Because Eun-tak has future, then Goblin thinks that his immortal life must be ended at that time. Goblin realized that he doesn't have any choice, because in the end he would be disappear. Then, Goblin asks Eun-tak to throw the sword. Eun-tak asks him to sign a contract, which is Goblin has to grant her a wish when the first snow come every year. They had the deal. When Antak trying to draw the sword, it happened that she couldn't even touch it. Furthermore, when they are spending time together and Goblin willing to leave, the sword starting to react and hurt him. Antak trying to touch it and this time she can hold it. Antak trying to throw it without knowing that if she do it, then Goblin will disappear. Goblin pushed her away and Antak almost died. Luckily, Goblin grabbed her fast and saved her. One day when Antak going by bus, Goblin who can see the future realized that bus will cause an accident. However, when he saw it, he can't see Antak inside the bus. Grim Reapers already gathered. Goblin which involved into human's life prevent that incident. Someday, Antak asking the Grim Reaper what will actually happen if she throw the sword. Finally, she realized that if she throw it, that means put an end to Goblin's life. On the other side, the Almighty meet with Goblin and asks him to throw the sword immediately. If Goblin didn't disappear, then Antak will die. Antak born to fulfill her destiny throwing Goblin's sword. Goblin who put her destiny himself. If she can't fulfill it, then she doesn't have right to be alive anymore. Her life is already on the line for several times. Frequently will be more often if she doesn't throw the sword, because the dead will looking for her. Finally, Goblin told her that she will die if she doesn't throw the sword because of her destiny as Goblin's bride. The dead will keep looking for her and that's why she almost died for many times during this time. Tak said that she would prefer to die and reincarnate to meet him in the next life. Goblin said he will protect her and make sure that's not gonna happen. Goblin and Grim Reaper found out that the Almighty always stay close by them during these times. He borrowed his nephew's body. He is the one who make them stay together in the same roof and watching them close. They are looking for him and find him. The Almighty emphasized that he always listens. When Goblin asked to put an end on his immortal life, he already gave him a chance. But why Goblin still alive? He gave him his destiny and they are the one who should find the answer themselves. Meanwhile, Antak met with Park Jung-hoon, king's advisor in Goryeo, which has been take control over the king, kill Kim Sin and all his family. In the end, he killed by Goblin at that time and become a losing soul and has been wandering around for 900 years, waiting the right moment to kill Goblin. Antak telling Goblin and he is looking for Park Jung-hoon. Goblin slashed him with his sword, but cannot hurt him. Park Jung-hoon also has the power to possess humans. Then Goblin realized that to kill Park Jung-hoon he has to use the sword in his body. Wandering soul usually couldn't leave the world because there is something that they haven't finished yet. So Park Jung-hoon still wandering because he hasn't fulfilled his goal to kill Goblin. On the other side, Goblin have to kill Park Jung-hoon because he have to fulfill his promise to King Wang-yu and take a revenge for his family. So if Goblin using the sword on him, both of their goal will achieve and both of them will be disappear. Goblin prepare himself and realize that he has to fulfill his destiny to kill Park Jung-hoon and leave Antak. Goblin make a plan with Grim Reaper and Antak to kill Park Jung-hoon. Antak cannot see ghosts anymore because her birthmark, which is actually Goblin's protection, has been used many times and blurring. That's why she can't be possessed by Park Jung-hoon. Grim Reaper coming and calling Park Jung-hoon's name and dragging out Park Jung-hoon's soul from Antak's body. Goblin keep insist on draw the sword out of his body and using it to slash Park Jung-hoon. Later on, Goblin starting to disappear and all the memories about him starting to disappear from everyone, including Antak. Meanwhile, Antak realized her memory is starting to fade. She is trying to take a note to remember Goblin. That Kim Sin will come as rain, as the first snow, and will fulfill his promise, and she is his bride. Goblin stay between life and afterlife, between light and darkness, asking the Almighty permit to stay there, go as the rain, wind, and the first snow. He just keep walking to the unboundary area. 10 years later, Antak become a producer. Every time it's raining, she always feel upset, but she doesn't know why. Antak realized that there is someone she has been forget. During the first snow, Antak keeps thinking of who and what kind of promise that he didn't remember. Why it only leaving her a deep scar? Then she make a wish to save herself. because of the contract between her and Goblin, that Wish uncoincidentally becoming a variable and summon Goblin back alive. They are finally meet, even Untuck didn't remember and confused why she was crying. Goblin keeping himself close to Untuck even though she doesn't remember him. One day, Untuck going to Canada and her memories gradually coming back because she is familiar with that place. She also feels Goblin knowing her too much. When she is trying to remember, then all of her memories suddenly flowing back on her. She keep running and blowing candle to summon him. Finally, they get together. However, before the school bus accident, Grim Reaper saw Untuck. Then, list of the name in his card suddenly disappeared. Their destiny changed because Untuck sacrificed herself to save them. Goblin running to Grim Reaper workplace, meet Untuck and she has to leave him. Untuck chose not to drink the tea that's served by Grim Reaper and bring her memories. From the 4-life cycle, Untuck still on her first life, so she can reincarnate and finally found Goblin in the next life. So how was the story, guys? If you have some support, then leave some comments below. You can also share if you like it. I'm waiting for your feedback. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any update, guys. Be Winkers and I'll see you in the next video.